I believe that that should be the engagement, so that the legislature, for example, we have in the executive identified, for example, a problem with Kenya Airways. Kenya Airways is a national carrier. Kenya Airways influences our tourism sector, carries our horticulture sector, which are the primary revenue earners for our foreign exchange. It would be responsible for us as a government to allow Kenya Airways to go down, because with it, if it goes down, it will go down with our tourism, it will go down with our horticulture sector, and it will go down with our revenues from Kenya Airports Authority, because 70% of the revenue of Kenya Airports Authority comes from Kenya Airways. So when we structure a mechanism to ensure that we have a win-win situation to salvage a very important strategic institution like Kenya Airways, our legislature come in between and make the whole situation toxic and tell us, you want to sell this institution, you want to do this. Nothing has happened. The cabinet has just approved for a transaction to be put together so that we can find a befitting mechanism that will make sure that Kenya Airways survives, continues to help us with our tourism, continues to help us with our horticulture, and ensure that this national asset is made viable. We want to request that the legislature gives us the space as the executive to structure this relationship, and we are a responsible government, that it will go through cabinet. Eventually, when a decision is made, we will take it to the National Assembly and the Senate for their approval so that we are all on board. But it is unfair, even before we start, all manner of allegations are flying around. We must be robustly independent, but constructively interdependent, in the words of the registrar. And lastly, because this is a good occasion to say some of these things, we welcome what the Chief Justice has said, that there is now synergy being built around all agencies that are engaged in the fight against corruption, so that there is no blame game, so that we build synergy, so that we can use the resources of this country properly, and we can eliminate wastage, and we can stop corruption. That is as it should be. We want to ask, and the Chief Justice has said, every Kenyan must play their part. Every sector must play their part. So that in the fight against corruption, we must prosecute that fight on the basis of facts. You've heard, for example, that, the government has lost 21 billion in Kimwarer and I don't know, Aror Dam, which is a flat lie. The money in question is about 7 billion. And for every coin that has been paid, we have a bank guarantee. No money will be lost because we are a responsible government. We have engaged every arm of government to make sure that public resources are safe, and therefore the correct information must be used as we target the fight against corruption so that we can nail the true culprits. Sometimes when we say 9 billion has been lost, and then when it goes to court, it is 100 million. The public is asking, what happened to 8.1 billion? So we shoot ourselves in the foot. So as has been said, our commitment as the executive, as the legislature, and as the judiciary, and as has been said ably by the Chief Justice, there is now a mechanism and a synergy around what we must do so that we can deliver for the people of Kenya. We must proceed on that basis and on the basis of factual information so that we can do justice to our country and we can do justice to the use of public resources in the right manner. I thought I should say this so that the narrative that is being built, that everything government is doing is corrupt, we must be sincere and we must be honest about what is going on so that we don't criminalize or we don't bastardize or we don't create propaganda around every government initiative that is going on. Ladies and gentlemen, I have said more than I should because I was here on the invitation of His Excellency